Hey, we've had a bit of a break, mate.
Got a break.
Hello, viewers. We're back, finally. I know you've been waiting anxiously. I've been asked about where we've been. Poor Matty's been a bit crook. But you're better now, aren't you?
Moving forward.
So what's your plan?
So we've just cleaned up those pads where the front of the rails will sit on.
And the clearances are this headlight motor, when that turns around, it's got to clear the front of it because this thing spins. And the orange connector there for the contactor box.
Sure.
But as you say, you'll still have play forward and after.
Yeah, we do.
What do you reckon about the rear wing? Should we lose it? I don't like it. This is not a 250k an hour car anymore. This needs to do 100 and 110 and change. It just needs some fat tyres on the back. I think that looks better. Tidy all this up. Clean look. Yeah. Now, one thing's clear with this project. I certainly can't do all of this without Matt's help and skills. And I bet a few of you were thinking the project had sort of stalled because you haven't heard anything for a few weeks. Well, it was a bit of a shock a few weeks ago to arrive and find Matt working away like a Trojan, but evidently quite unwell. So straight off to hospital, where he ended up spending a whole week, and then another week getting back on his feet again. So don't think we've lost interest in the Electric 928. Matt originally thought we'd be on the road by this Christmas, and clearly we're still a long way away. But hey, there's no time imperative, and as he said, we're moving forward. But if you're a fan of Matt's work, as I am, then maybe you'd just like to leave a cheery comment to cheer him up a bit and wish him well. Just turn your head and cough.
Can't do that.
So today, what are we going to do? Well, I've been reading the requirements to get our EV registered, and I think the biggest issue is making sure this battery box is super secure in the event of a crash, particularly a frontal crash. I thought it would have to withstand 9 Gs, but it's actually 20 Gs. So if the battery box weighs 250 kilos, about the same as the old V8 motor, that means a momentary virtual force of around 5 tons without it shearing off. That's a lot. So it needs to be strong. Also, there needs to be an automatic disconnect of the high voltage in the event of any crash. And yes, we do have this. This is one of the advantages of my brilliant plan to bring all the MG's electrics on board. We have the full crash sensory module from the MG and all the safeguards that brings with it. So hooray for me. My car's on fire.
Hopefully never.
Oh no, my car's on fire.
Hopefully never. Yeah, it's like that much too. Can you put the headlights halfway up? We've got a manual override, we can do it manually.
Yes. Actually, you can.
So
there you go, 928 owners. Did you know that if your headlights don't move, you've got a manual override?
we still need to actually access that plug.
Yep.
We could actually lift it up a bit off the rails.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
oh yeah,
bring it forward, like past there.
Won't be easy to lift it.
It'll be fine with a crane.
So that's simulating the metal skin on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah. A bit less on that side, about 15 mil. That's the bonnet, and that's the top of the brace, so haven't got a real lot of space there. 20 mil on one side, 15 on the other. A little tighter than you'd want. Random thought, we should buy a dry ice blaster, because it'd be so expensive to do the whole car, but it's just so grotty here. Wouldn't it look good if we just dry ice blasted the whole thing?
Yeah.
Are we having fun yet? So what have we got? We've got our safety cutout here, high voltage charging in there, to the motor inverter there, and control systems that I did the other week there. It's actually tighter than I thought. When we came up with those measurements, you know, and I went, 635 should be right, and 540. It's lucky we didn't.
Yeah, no, that's it.
It only just fits.
Don't clamp it, just push it on,
it.
but don't let it,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to hold that flat.
Okay.
So you've got to be real gentle with it. Thank you.
You've added some tabs there.
Yep.
So that's beautiful. And at the back, some tabs there.
All those little guys in.
So we'll have 4 bolts on the bottom and 4 giant bolts on the top. That's excellent, and it's sitting firmly in those rails, so you were waiting for us to say it. That's not going anywhere. Nice strong gussets you put in there.
Yeah, just because the battery ends somewhere there, so it got a bit of, actually no, it ends here, so just adds, you know.
Bit of extra strength.
Yeah.
Just to stop it rusting.
Yeah, just slow it down.
So you're thinking ahead. These 4 tabs in the 4 corners, so we can attach it to a crane and just lift it nice and easily. It started as just a little frame and now it's pretty busy.
Very busy.
I really don't know whether to put it in the car or to frame it and stick it on the wall in the lounge room at home.
Looks too, you're like, how does it even work? It all fits in.
Well, it did before, but I don't think I can remember where all those batteries. What do you reckon?
It looks good.
I can't believe how cheap radiators are for what you get,
Yeah,
considering the work that's gone into it.
absolutely.
I think that's from an RX-7.
Yep.
Long and thin. Does it smell like China?
Smells like quality. Smells real good. So which side are we going to run the pipes down? This side? For the coolant?
Haven't thought about it.
We know the battery box stops here because there's our bracket hole.
Yep.
So
We've got this whole space
Yeah.
in there.
So we could easily fit that. Are these going to have fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got 2 little fans for it. Because it'll be doing its work when the car's not moving.
Yep.
The battery's working the hardest when you're charging it.
Yep.
So there's no point relying on the airflow for that. And it doesn't even need to seal. It can be down lower under the front grille. I mean that's good
nice
there.
to keep it out of the way of everything.
Okay, so it doesn't get wiped out by the first speed bump.
Yeah. A big steel piece here which we might put some rib nuts in.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be the top mounts, and we'll just build some off here. We'll just weld some tabs on the bottom here.
I didn't just go and buy these things willy-nilly. I did actually measure up before I chose them. So
Yep.
you reckon that's pretty good?
That's perfect, you know.
It's probably a lot bigger than we need.
Yeah, it's super thick and
What do you think? Just a simple tab off there?
yeah, nothing simple, Stu.
Oh.
Nothing simple, sadly. You go, oh, the easiest thing is the hardest thing to come up with sometimes.
Mm. Yeah, I'm sorry you're in the worst, buddy.
That's alright, this shit happens.
Yeah. It's like 5 minutes ago, he goes, have you got a radiator to go in the front? I go, sure, here it is. And then 3 minutes after that, he's already putting rib nuts in to mount the thing, you know. It's a fabulous machine, this.
Yeah.
This bender. Put no effort into that at all.
That's it.
Well, we know it manages turning on the coolant pump for the battery, so it's already doing that. And we could say, look, if you've got the pump on, then we should have the fan on at the same time. Why not? Just run them together.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the car can make the decision of when it needs to run. And then if it needs coolant circulating, then we'll say, fine, we'll turn the fan on at the same time. Why not?
Yep.
But also, whenever we've got a charge lead in. The whole thing's meant to keep the battery in a very narrow little window between about 25 and 40 degrees, no hotter than that. Unlike the motor, which is running 60, 70 degrees, something like that. So that's why there's two systems. You couldn't use the hot water from the battery, from the motor cooling system to cool the battery because it's already too hot. Well, that was a really productive day. I'm very happy with the way it's worked out today. I think that's going to be strong enough. Despite still being a little under the weather, Matt's done a great job, and now it's up to me. So I've got to paint it, fill it up with batteries, put in the coolant and high voltage lines, the contactor box and the BMS, and then the low voltage wiring. That's my job next time. But next up, we need a little bit of inspiration. So let's have a change of scenery. Now in Sydney this week there's an EV auto show where all the new manufacturers are showing their fabulous Chinese EVs, and it's going to be fun.
You've got really cool features like gesture control, so very simple gestures like going like this will play music, this is stop music, and a nice little peace sign will get you a selfie.
So I thought I'd nick out there because Nick from Electrogusto has got a Porsche 356 electrified, and Nick, as always, is doing a really proper job, and it'll be quite an expensive car, I'm sure. But I want to see it. Let's go and check out the Electric 356. Hey, it's Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hi, Stu. How are you?
We're back, yeah. Hey, the Type 3 over there, that's a very limited market, I think, that car. But now you're talking.
Yeah, well, we've got one of our new customer cars here, which is our 356 Tribute. So Tribute because it's a fiberglass replica of the 356 Speedster.
Built to order, so you get...
Built to order, whatever colour you want, whatever interior you want, we can make that. We partner with a lovely company up in Queensland called kitcar.com.au.
Okay. I was going to say, where do you get all the trim? Do you need a donor car?
No, so they bring in the bodies from South Africa. They find a VW pan, which is shortened, engineered, and then it's got new brakes, new steering, new suspension, all put onto that pan. The body's put on, you can choose what colour you want, what interior you want. This car we've got heated seats in.
Wow.
And then they hand it over to us. And
heated seats.
Heated seats.
So power is a Hyper 9 motor?
Hyper 9, so very tight fit. It's been a lot of big jigsaw puzzle getting all this in. This car's actually got 3 charges, but yeah, it's Hyper 9 through the original gearbox, so around 30 kilowatt hour battery pack. Okay. We've done range tests of this as about 200 kilometres range. Yep. It's really zippy. It's so much fun to drive. It's silent.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Road test out in the sun, you and me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We've got 2 Tesla batteries here in the back that sort of sit over the rear axle. Yep. And then for weight distribution, we've got 3 Tesla batteries in the front. So what is the weight distribution as it works out? It's really good. It's perfect. It's drives really
slightly
nicely.
rear biased, like 40/60?
It is a little. It's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit rear biased. And so what we didn't want to do is put all the tech and dash and everything like that in what is a beautiful design of dash.
It's beautiful. You wouldn't know.
You've got drive neutral reverse down there. You've got your heated seat switches. You've got your regen switch and a USB charger. So we sort of put all that tech down in really good. Down in there in the centre console.
It won't be cheap, I know. It won't be cheap.
So I think if you look at the car as a whole car, it'll be about 150,000. So that's the car, that's all new engineering, ready to go on the road, new running gear, painted, trim, all the bells and whistles, and electrified. Is around about 150. Yeah. I was always a little bit of a purist, but I think because these are being electrified, I've kind of sort of come to terms with it and actually fallen in love with the fact that you can now own one of these, whereas an original one of these is very expensive. Yeah, beautiful wheel.
Is that a reproduction wheel?
Yes, reproduction. The amazing thing about this mark is there is so much stuff remade, so that if you're restoring a 356 or doing something like this, there is a multitude of companies around the world making all the gauges, the wheels, the trim, so everything's there for us to put these together. And you can do them in a hardtop. I would love to do basically do an outlaw hardtop electric would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, but the body's rigid enough, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You basically put your legs in, you put a hand here. Oh, yeah. And then you put your bum on the back of the seat.
And slide in race car style.
And then you just slide in and you're
Yeah.
and you're in, and it's
Yep.
it's a little bit more elegant.
It is. I was holding the camera in my left hand though.
There you go. I'll give you points
Okay.
for that.
Righto, mate. Thanks, Nick. So, Electrogusto here in Sydney. There you go. 356 Speedster. Excellent. See you, mate.
Good to see you, Stu.
Thank you.
Take
Cheers.
care.
You
See you
too.
guys.
Now, I know what you're thinking. 150 grand seems rather a lot, I know, for a weekend plaything, and it is. But first point, you try and buy a reliable original one of these for that kind of money, and I say good luck. My friend Billy Devlin has an immaculate original 356, and it cost him a lot more than that. Well, one thing's for sure, I'll run out of money for my backyard EV project long before I get to that kind of number. But you know what? Rough as it is, I'm proud of what we've achieved already with my basket case, and right now, all I want to do is just get the thing driving. We'll worry about trim and paint and tidy up later on. But it won't build itself, so I better get out of here and back to work and get that bloody battery assembled. See you next time. Oh hey, you made it right through to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please share it with your motoring friends. And above all, click the little subscribe thing down here so you can see the latest videos when we bring them out, hopefully each week. I look forward to seeing you soon.